Okay, so I just wanted to run through number 2. It's going to be kind of quick, but some students were struggling with this, so I just thought, hey, let's just work through the question together. Okay, so first off, the question's asking for a horizontal asymptote. Now, all of these have the same horizontal asymptote because they're all reciprocal functions. In other words, they're 1 over linear function or over quadratic function. So the equation of a horizontal asymptote is just y equals 0. That was pretty simple. Now let's work through them individually. Okay, so the vertical asymptote. So the vertical asymptote is basically the restriction on the denominator. So in this case here we have a vertical asymptote at x equals 2. I guess I don't need to write the at. So this vertical asymptote at x equals 2. For the second equation, 3x minus 1, it's at the root of 3x minus 1, which is 1 over 3. In other words, if we multiply 3 by 1/3, it's 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. If you're still struggling with that, you can say 3x minus 1 equals 0, which gives us 3x equals 1, which gives us x equals 1 over 3. That's the general logic there. The next one here, this is a difference of squares. So in other words, it becomes x minus 5, x plus 5. So the roots would be plus minus 5. This last one here, you'd have to factor this out. We have x squared plus 3x plus 2. Two numbers that multiply to 2 and add to 3 would be x plus 2, x plus 1. Therefore, if you wanted to, you could write that one as 1 over x plus 2, x plus 1. Conversely here, I'll write the other equation out in factored form. Just erase this stuff here. Becomes 1 over x minus 5, x plus 5. Okay, so the roots here are negative 2 and negative 1. So x equals negative 2 and negative 1. Okay, the y-intercept, that's just what does y equal when x is 0. So for the first one, if we plug in 0 for x, it's 1 divided by 0 minus 2, which is 1 over negative 2. So it's y equals negative 1/2. The next one, 3 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. So, or if you want to do the math, 1 over 3 times 0 minus 1 becomes 1 over negative 1, which equals negative 1. The next one, if we plug that in, we're just going to simply get y equals 1 over negative 25. And the last one, if we plug in 0 for x, we get y equals 1 over 2. Because 0 squared is 0, plus 3 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2, so 1 over 2. Okay, so the domain and range for this stuff is actually pretty simple. What I'm going to do here is, just because I'm nervous about my level of space here, so I'm just going to extend this a little. Okay, there we go. Now I've got more room. So the domain is that x can be anything other than the value where the vertical asymptote occurs. So the domain here is that x can be anything so long as x does not equal positive 2. For the next one, it's that x can be anything so long as x does not equal 1 over 3. For the next one, it's that x can be anything so long as x does not equal plus minus 5. And for the next one, it's that x can be anything so long as x does not equal negative 2 or negative 1. Like so. Lastly, let's do the range. The range is, in all of these cases, are actually the exact same. It's that y can be anything other than y cannot be 0. Throw in some curly brackets around those and you're good to go. Like so. Okay, so hopefully you're not finding this to be too bad. If you are, that's okay. Get in the forum. Let me know. Just answer it right in this thread. This is a pretty good chance just to nip some of these basic concepts in the bud and really master these concepts. So hopefully you're going to progress through this and it's starting to click at this point. If not, again, just let me know where you're struggling and I will answer any questions. Alright, thanks.